Colonel Wyatt hits the screen, got stories bold and keen. Old soldier, sharp and mean, tells truths they've never seen. Rugby lover with a roar, Africa flowing in his core. YouTube rants they can't ignore, his passion makes his heart soar. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Military mind, keen and wise, truths come out, no disguise. South African skies in his eyes, hear his voice, no surprise. Retired soldier with the fight, in the dark he brings the light. Angry rants, truths ignite, join the cause, join the ride. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Enemies knocked on his door, trolls attack, but he's more with each click. Watch him soar on the truth waves, he explodes. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Right now, don't miss the brawl.
Take a picture.
In the heart of shadows where headlines grow, a name engraved in whispers and undertow. Ambassador, no title, now it seems so stark. Persona non grata written in the dark. Hold the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. Pages turn but bridges burn so fast. A name in ember solemnly cast. In halls of power, a silent decree echoes and whispers across the sea. Oh, the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. When walls talk back and windows cry, boundaries drawn under heavy skies. In the space between the set and scene lies a story that cuts unclean. Hold the ties that thread and tangle tight. Diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway. Persona non grata carried far away. Persona non grata carried far away.
Hey folks, welcome back to all the Neanderthals, the car guards, the right-wing podcasters, and all the aspiring, I already said car guards, didn't I? Welcome back to the program, folks. It's a Wednesday night. It's a bizarre Wednesday night. Didn't do my radio program tonight. One of my co-hosts couldn't make it, and I was tied up in, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Ooh. Excuse me. Ooh, I came all of a sudden. What's a wives' tale? Somebody's talking about me somewhere. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't do my radio program tonight, and we actually played. They played something else in it instead. So apologies to anybody that tried to look for that this evening on WSMN, but I couldn't break free until 7 p.m. and by then we'd already had something set up. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome back, folks. Lots of crazy stuff to talk about tonight. The Islamization of America we'll talk about in the Western world. Found this video where EFF members steal food from poor white kids. Yeah, I saw that. That was, I've seen it more than once. They're just scumbags. And they're like, oh, we're all the same. Yeah, but you don't bring food to the poor white kids when someone gives it to you because you're just thieves. Yep. Latest developments at Epstein Island. Well, I don't know. Dogzilla, what are you doing there? You pedos hanging out and having fun? Y'all having fun there at Epstein Island? We got a week of 44 degrees in Zayrust. That's in wintertime. That's not now. It's summertime. It's wintertime now. Mayor Jewelry, welcome to you. Martin Fundameva, Tom Pulteney, Gordon von Rensburg, Braden Ayerst. Hello to you. Hey, Philip, what's going on? Mark didn't say I believed in old wives' tales. I just repeated what people say that's an old wives' tale. I never said I believed in it. There's a big difference. Always a busy week, Mark. Finally getting a medical appointment tomorrow, but it's not going to mean much. All they're going to do is I'm going to see my GP. He's going to say, okay, we're going to have to get your referral. Then I have to wait for them to contact me in a week. And then in a week, I'll get a message, an email, and then I'll have, like 4 or 5 months from now, I'll finally get a freaking appointment with the orthopedic surgeon probably. So, yeah, in the meantime, I need an MRI. So, anyway. Yeah, such is the care we give our veterans. So anyway, whatever. It's life. No, it's there's something wrong with that entire side. I don't know if it's a hip. I don't know if it's the labrum. I think it's a torn labrum. I don't know what it is. I got 3 different diagnoses from 3 different medical professionals in South Africa, so I don't know what to tell you. But there's definitely a problem. I can't exercise. I can't walk properly. I can't run. So it's been going on for getting progressively worse for the past couple of years, and it's documented, but nothing's been done for it. And now I can't continue like this. So anyway, all right. Well, and it's causing other problems. So let's get into some of the stuff I want to talk about here. So first off, we have Cyril Ramaphosa earlier today in Parliament. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this very well. So let's put it on and then see. He's living in a fantasy world, an absolute fantasy world. So this is Sir Ramaphosa living in his delusional world, telling people that there's hope in South Africa because of the government of national unity. I don't know what he's drinking, but the government of national unity has not produced any hope for anybody. It's quite the contrary. So let's listen to what he has to say, if you can hear it.
Formation of the government of national unity has inspired new hope in South Africans that we can make progress in addressing our most urgent challenges. And
I'm sorry. Has the government of national unity raised hope in you that you can address your most urgent issues? Is that the feeling you've got from the government of national unity? Is that the same government of national unity that has one member that acts with impunity without consulting the other members of the so-called coalition? I mean, what planet is this guy living on?
indeed, following the elections, the fact that we were able to set up a body like this has also inspired a lot of hope in the hearts of many South Africans.
What is he smoking?
Our task is therefore clear. We must grow our economy. We must create jobs.
No shit.
Yes, we must reduce poverty.
Well, you've
and
increased
tackle
poverty.
corruption and crime.
I'm sorry. Corruption and crime has simply increased exponentially, not arithmetically, on his watch. Since he became the deputy president over a decade ago, 15 years ago, crime has gone through the roof. And poverty is triple what it was under the National Party. What exactly is this guy smoking? He's clearly getting some good ganja going on there.
And as we do so, we should be well armed with a state that is capable of ensuring that the people of our country have the best that they can get.
He's insane.
We will always have differences and disagreements, we are all committed to staying the course and seeing through the various reforms and improvements that we must go through in order to deliver a better South Africa to all the people who live here.
What in the world is this guy smoking? I mean, he's got his head so far up his backside, he doesn't know what left, right. Well, we've got something to say to our friend Cyril. Yep. You guys know what's coming. You know what's coming. This is for Cyril. This is for Cyril. Yeah, he is scared. He is living in Narnia.
Yeah, go on by, say whatever. Hop to the left, bunnies on the scene. Fur so clean, move sharp, he's mean. Eyes like fire, trolls start to quake. Mess with the bunny,
big mistake.
Stagger off, bunny protector of peace. Jump into the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Bugger off, bunny protector of peace. Jump into the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Connell's right hand, ears standing tall. One thumb from the foot sends them through the wall. Carrots in the pocket, wisdom in his paw. Trolls see the bunny, drop their jaw. Bounce, 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 the rhythm don't stop. Trolls try to climb, but the bunny's on top. Guarding the garden, defender of the land. The bugger off bunny with the master plan. Bugger off bunny. Jumping through the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Swift as a shadow, silent in the night. Trolls meet the bunny, then they take flight. Ears like antennas, catching every sound. The bugger off bunny, king of the ground.
Yeah, man, the bugger of bunny. Yeah, no, I just thought of a new song for Cyril. Cyril the Broken Record. Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you believe in the Muffin Man? Do you believe in the Muffin Man? Was that guy that sang that? That big dude that sang the thing. Where is my stuff at here? I'm trying to find it. That's not it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I need to bring it over here. Yeah, I just thought of a new song. We're going to do a reggae version. I'm just going to get started here. Won't do it right now. A reggae version of, up, beat, tiempo. Upbeat, right? All right, so, yeah. Hey, what's going on there, Brian Lawrenson? I'm having a hard time. All right, RG. Okay. Excuse me. Well, did it again. All right, sorry, folks. We got some more stuff going to listen here, too. I was just trying to put together more. Yeah, I got more coming. Hang on. Oh, morning. Oh, sorry. You're right, more. It looks like more. Sorry. Yeah, good morning to you as well. Owner of a farm was not willing to come look. He said he would call police in the neighboring farm. No one came to investigate, so I was up all night. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Loretta. Time difference there at East Coast. How many time difference? Well, we have East, Central, Mountain, Pacific on the continental United States. And then we've got multiple time zones across Hawaii or Alaska because it goes all the way out through the Aleutians. A couple different time zones out there. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm not a space here, man. I have characters. All right. There we go. Let's see what we get now. Sorry about that, folks. Just want to create one. We had a bad night last night. The music sucked. I already have the Mampara Blues. We should do that. Why is Trump not kicking Powell to the curb already? Yeah, because he's probably worried about the backlash. He's already got enough of this MAGA revolt from these so-called conservatives who are upset. Stuck in the groove. Let's play this, and then I got some more videos, and you're going to listen to the audio rather than the video, but let's listen to this, see how. There's two versions here. Hopefully it's good. Not doing it for me. That's lame. You ever play any music?
Cyril, your needle spins and spins. The same old tune, no melody sing. Stuck in the groove, stuck in the groove. Promises dance, but they never move. Stuck in the groove,
It's
stuck
getting
in
better.
the groove. While the people cry and the fat cats approve.
Okay, hold on a second. CFD Jaeger, you have congestive heart failure. Are you in hospital? Well, that's a pretty frightening thing. Are you in hospital? What's going on?
Ramaphosa talks like a scratched up track. Words fall flat, never coming back. Poverty grows while the lies stack. Despair takes root like weeds in the sun. The belly grows, but the work's undone. Stuck in the groove, stuck in the groove. Promises dance, but they never move. Stuck in the groove, stuck in the groove. While the people cry and the fat cats approve. The record spins, but the sound's all wrong. A broken rhythm to the same old song. We dance in circles, we march along.
Shouldn't you be in hospital?
Stuck in the groove. Promises dance, but they never move. Stuck in the groove. Stuck in the groove.
The lyrics are good, but the beginning
While the
sucks.
people cry and the fat stuck in the groove.
Usually the second
Stuck in
version is
the
better.
groove.
Hopefully the second version is better.
Promises dance, but they never move. Stuck in the groove. Stuck in the groove. While the people cry and the fat cats approve.
All right, let's listen to the second version. Hope it's better. That was okay. The lyrics are great, though.
Serial your needle spin.
Serial needle is stuck in the groove, round and round, but you never move. Promises echo like
All right, sorry guys, yeah.
tune.
Trident Country pop crossover.
Can't see noon. Broken records spin and play, but the song fades away. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melodies are lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ancient belly just grows and
This is a keeper. This is a keeper. We'll see how the second version of this is in country.
Misery's a shadow that won't let go. Poverty blooms where the wild winds blow. Ramaphosa's words like clouds in the sky, drift and scatter while the rivers run dry. Promise fall like a whisper rain, but they dry up again. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melodies are lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ancient belly just grows and grows. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melodies are lost. We're paying
Chorus
the
is good.
price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ancient belly just grows. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melodies are lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ancient belly just grows and grows.
That's good. That's a good one. Got one more version. Then we'll get back to the videos and the news. Yeah, the chorus and that's really good. The pace is right too. Also the beginning. It took a while, but it's a good beginning. Let's see how this one goes. This is the last version. Country pop crossover.
Syria needle is stuck in the groove, round and round, but you never move. Promises echo like a hollow tune. Under the sun, but we can't see noon. Broken records spin and play. But the song fades away. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melody's lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ancient belly just grows and grows.
This one I like.
Misery's a shadow that won't let go. Poverty blooms where the wild winds blow. Ramaphosa's words like clouds in the sky, drift and scatter while the rivers run dry. Promises fall like a
This is the one.
Oh, the groove is deep, but the melody's lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the aesthetic belly just grows and grows and grows.
Oh, your granddaughter, happy birthday. She's American. Wow. Congratulations, Sandra. That one's good. That one's good. Stuck in the groove. Stuck in the groove. Yeah, Cyril Ramaphosa. His needle is stuck in the groove. That's what that was. Yeah. So, gosh, CFD Acre. What does that mean? Are you going to get care? Is something going to happen? I mean, I'm just waiting to see something, but I don't see anything here. Yeah. Congratulations, Sandra. That's amazing. Amazing. Good news. Good news. All right. So, all right. A couple more things we got to cover here. So this clown. Oh, geez. Ugh. In Jalalapal. This is Mamdani. Ugh.
Hi everyone, I am here. Zoran Mamdani.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jalalapal. Something with downloading videos lately isn't working properly. They're not syncing up with the lips. So don't worry about that. It's just the key thing is that you hear these idiots and what they have to say. These are some wackadoodles here. Jalalapal. She is another lunatic in Congress. And listen to this clown.
City. He has so many incredible firsts, but the thing I love about Zoran is what he is doing to lift up working people. And Zoran, what can people do to help your campaign?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Congresswoman Jayapal for having supported this campaign, being a part of the story that brought us to this point. And if anyone wants to join our campaign, go to zoranfornyc.com/events. You will start to see canvases that you can join. You can also donate to us so we can take on Andrew Cuomo one more time.
Let's do it, everybody. New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani.
No, not going to happen. This isn't London. You're not Islamizing our country. Nope. This radical Islamic fanatic who anyone questions now is apparently a bigot or Islamophobe. That's the narrative that's coming out now. Sorry. No, you've heard what this guy said, what he has to say, what he supports. He's a dangerous radical. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. So it gets better. Listen to this clown. Listen to this idiot.
Allah is not shy of the truth. We don't say that Islam is here to live, to coexist with lots of different religions and all of us can just hold hands and be friends. This religion was sent to dominate the world. It was sent to be superior, to extinguish the light of every other religion and to be superior to it. But we're not shy to say it, and we don't find that to be something that we should be shy to say. That this religion has been sent to dominate, to wipe out, to take out every other religion, to eclipse it, to be superior to it, to have the people leave every religion and to accept Islam. And if that requires fighting to achieve it, then it requires fighting to achieve it. Because the greatest purpose for which jihad was legislated is to make the word of Allah the highest and the word of those who disbelieve the lowest.
To dominate the world is what he's saying. And he has no shyness about it. Now listen to this guy. Here's another one. This is interesting.
The world has divided into two. One is Islam and those who want to destroy that and destroy society. Look, Islam will enter every household, whether you like it or not. Donald Trump, inshallah, soon you will see we have a plan in place to go visit him and call him toward Islam. Inshallah, if Biden is awake, we'll also go and visit him, inshallah. And others, Brother Bobby, may Allah make it soon, inshallah, we'll be seeing his shahada. And others, Sneeko and others, we're going to be reaching out to everybody. As Muslim, as an ummah, we're going to be reaching out. And you're going to be seeing more and more of these types of people who know that this society and the direction that it's going in is not the right direction, are going to be coming to Islam.
No. No, I've lived in Islamic countries. Didn't work. Didn't take. I don't believe in something that takes my natural rights away and says I must submit. Just not buying it. And we got one more here.
Heard them being called terrorists. We heard them being called drug dealers. We heard a lot of insults. We heard that they're a threat to our national security. And that's a flat-out lie. You want to know who the real threat is, Madam President?
Listen to this.
I'll give you a hint. They don't look like our chief author. They don't look like the folks up in the gallery. They don't look like the folks out in the rotunda. They look like many of the members that sit in the front. And you don't have to take my word for it. According to DHS, Madam President, the domestic...
That would be a captured DHS under the Biden regime who lied about this country and fictitiously created a threat. Just like the false flag operations, all the dudes show up wearing the exact same clothing. They all look exactly the same, straight out of the Quantico training class.
The greatest domestic threat facing the United States comes from, quote, racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists, specifically those who advocate for the superiority of the white race, not our immigrants. We are safer and we're better off because of them.
No, we're not. We're not. Not when racists like this in our midst running for the mayor's office in Minneapolis. Racists like this. Racists in our midst, folks. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And the leftists have let them in. And the Republicans, more worried about the Epstein files that are non-existent than they are about the attempted assassination of President Trump. Oh, that's really taken a life of its own. Trump's striking back now. He's had enough of this stupidity. I don't blame him. The Hodge twins, Tim Pool, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, fair weather friends. They'd rather see the MAGA movement fall apart than support true conservatism because of their obsessive desire to know the deep, dark, dirty secrets of people who diddle children. Yeah, sick stuff, folks. Really sick. Yeah, exactly. Where is anyone calling for superiority of the white race? No one, exactly. No one's doing that, Army. The only time we see that, it's fake, false flag stuff put together by the FBI under Obama and Biden, who create those fictitious groups. Yeah, again, to this day, I'm in my 6th decade of life, and I've only ever once seen the Klan. And that was on television in 1978 at a rally in Columbus, Ohio, when WBNS covered it. It's a big deal. Federal court-ordered busing. Klan will stop this. They will be rallying at this Center of Science and Industry in Columbus. And they went there. They're like a dozen of these idiots standing around looking like retards wearing white dresses with freaking, cone heads on. And nobody took them seriously. I've never seen the Klan. Never met a white supremacist. I don't know what planet these people are on. They just create a boogeyman. Yeah, and the cowards who are afraid to stand up because they're going to be called names. They're going to call you names anyway. So don't be a coward. Just stand up and tell the truth. Simple as that. Yeah, I'm with you, Army. I've never seen anybody calling for this. This is stupid stuff. It doesn't mean there aren't extreme radicals on that side of the aisle. Absolutely. We found Nazis in Fort Bragg back in the early 1990s. Yeah, living in infantry units. We had to root them out. It was a bit of a surprise to many of us. It's not something we saw every day. Plane hijacker has texted a large number of extremists by ICE and deported last week, most over 90%. I hadn't heard that, Patches. Okay. Yeah, create a boogeyman to fit the narrative. Exactly. Varushka won't stop. It won't stop. And it's like a virus. As you're about to extinguish it from your system, it fights back. And that's what's happening right now. The woke virus is fighting back. I remember when Trump was elected, wokeism is over. They all said it. I said, no, it's not. Woke will not die. You must beat it daily into submission. The woke virus is for some reason attractive to these lunatics. I don't get it. Missing live streaming for a month now. I'm happy to be able to talk. I sent you 2 separate emails with 2 songs. Kathy, I don't recall. I'm sorry. And I don't know if you sent under that name. A lot of people don't use their real names in here, so I'd have to look and see. When did you send it to me? I'll look under that name and see. Oh, my goodness. All kinds of people sent me stuff today. Good Lord. Good Lord. Wow, I've got another 50 messages since this afternoon since I went to training. Hang on a second. Okay, you did send it under that name. Music from you. Okay, let's see what it's got from you for messages. You sent me something July 14th. Okay. Wow, back to June. Gosh, Kathy, I've never seen your messages. They go back to May when I was in South Africa. Okay, Kathy, you sent a message June 4th saying you don't know how to download from Suno. Did you figure it out? It's on the right-hand side. You can download it as MP3. Wow, you sent me a bunch of pictures. I'm sorry, Kathy. I didn't see these. I've never seen your stuff. I'm glad you mentioned to me. Oh, you made that. You made the Colonel Wyatt's Ode. That's from you. Okay. Well, I mean, I just have a phone number in my book, so I didn't put it together. Okay. Okay, you asked about. Okay. Kathy, you sent me a message on May 18th when I was in South Africa, or 17th when I was in a plane flying to state. So I never saw that. And whatever things you're watching online, they're telling you that those things are unsafe. It's nonsense. I've got. Nearly 50 years of them, 7 books. Hepatitis, influenza, yellow fever, measles, mumps, rubella, shingles, anthrax, you name it, under the sun. Yeah, I just saw those 2 from this week, Kathy. I haven't listened to them yet. Welcome back. Sorry that you've been missing. Glad to see you again. I'm sorry I missed it. I didn't make the connection there. I'm getting, guys, look, I mean, I hope people forgive me, but I mean, I'm getting thousands of messages, and they're coming from people that I may have just met in passing at a meet and greet, or someone that may have sent me messages. They don't know who they are. They don't tell me they are. It just has like a squiggle line or something in their address, and they send me stuff. Or, you know, plus there's like a million people that have the same name. You know, I get a bunch of messages from people named Andre. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so I do my best, but it's tough. I listened to him on the Rubin Report. He only cares about his home country, not the U.S. That guy was on the Rubin Report? Well, he was born in D.C. and obviously doesn't love America. Yes, Red, I have noticed how they're pushing the crime issue. Just like in the White House when the Kosatu president said, well, everyone, crime is really bad in our country. No kidding, Sherlock, we know that. Those are the ones you play sometimes. Ray of Sunshine and the Boots to Mercy video. Okay. Yeah, the Ray of Sunshine is awesome, kid. That one moves me to tears. That video just moves me to tears. It really does. It really does. So where have I got that one now? I think it's an Ode. Yeah. Hang on a second. That's under, is it here? Ode. Let me see if it's there. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this one moves me to tears, man. I can put them on Spotify? All right. Well, I need the WAV version, Kathy, of Colonel Wyatt's Ode. This one here, I need you to send me the WAV versions. Download the WAV because I have to load that up. Otherwise, it doesn't like to play nice. Okay? Yeah, they fired James Comey's daughter. I know about that. So let me play this one because I'll get all teary-eyed. This is one. I love this one. This is really cool. Yeah. And I think we talked about it, and there was a picture of me holding a rifle. I said, take that out because YouTube is so capricious. Anyway, this is really cool. This one moved me to tears when she sent it, and I couldn't remember it was Kathy to put this together. It's really good. I love the lyrics on this, and it's so nice. So, okay, where the heck is my camera at? I'm getting all excited here about this song. I can't even find my damn camera. Come on, where are you hiding at? Come on, there it is. There we go. All right. Here we go. So you guys know now this came from Kathy.
Another day has arrived. We are still in the same place of disarray. Hope is in the distance. I can see a tiny glimpse of life. Just a tiny, tiny light. It is there, I know. I can feel it in my heart. I have prayed for it for oh so long. I know that it is coming our way. Tomorrow may not arrive. Yesterday has gone, but this I know. Today is gonna turn out just right. Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our prayers are being answered, so don't despair. Someone we can trust, which has been a long time coming when our hopes were shattered. He is that tiny bright light in the distance. Tomorrow may not arrive, I can feel it in my heart. I have prayed for it for oh so long. I know that it is coming our way. Tomorrow may not arrive, yesterday has gone, but this I know, today is gonna turn out just right. Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our prayers are being answered, so don't despair. Someone we can trust, which has been a long time coming when our hopes were shattered. He is that tiny bright light in the distance.
Yes, the Kathy, the secret's out now. The cat's out of the bag. Kathy put that together. It's that one brings me to tears. Because it has special meaning. That was a big day, huge day. Over 300 people showed up at Open Place. CBS News was there. Newsroom Africa was there. A Dutch film crew was there. There were also media there that didn't identify themselves to me. I know that because of what they reported after the fact. And the 300 people came. It was just insane. I tried to greet everybody. I went around best I could. I think I got everybody. And then I had to rush off to go interview Thea van Staden, the first refugee interview. It was just, so it's a very special day. One I'll never forget. And I really felt special there. The way people welcomed me. We had a problem with the microphone and people couldn't hear me. I felt bad about that too, but we sorted it out eventually. And we knew for the next one that was done the next day out there at Centurion, that one was really well done. One of my viewers brought the microphone system. Worked pretty well. We had a few hiccups with it, but it worked pretty well. And when I arrived, he had Save South Africa. That brought me to tears too. So, earlier tonight I was thinking about something. I'd gone to judge training down at the county headquarters, and I'm the furthest district from there, so I hate driving there. Plus, the traffic is horrible late in the afternoon. So as you can imagine, 5 o'clock is when all the traffic is out there, and this is when the meeting was. So I'm driving down after 4 o'clock to get there. And I was sitting there in the training, and something came up, and I mentioned when I ran for the legislature last year, and I realized, I didn't get elected. But then when I came back tonight after I got petrol and stopped and got some chips and things, some crisp, on the way back, I was thinking to myself, what am I doing with my life here? I had a plan from 1984 that took me through 2019. And I've always had a plan since I was a kid to run for political office and try to contribute to society there. But I ran for political office, and I found out it's very dirty and underhanded, and it was very distasteful. And I spent a lot of my money, which I could sure use now. But so I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing with my life here? I said, I've been doing this YouTube thing as kind of a side thing, and I had decided by December that it was never going to be anything big. Maybe 20,000 subscribers we had. Maybe we'll get lucky and get 30 or 40 or 50 one day. And then, I kept doing it because the OGs that were here really enjoyed the program and they kind of counted on it. But I have to be honest with you, I'm not complaining. Don't take this the wrong way. But doing this every day is a real suck on your emotions. It's a real drag on what you're doing. It also upsets your apple cart. I mean, if I did like Gareth Cliff and did my program every morning, early in the morning, then the rest of the day's mine. If I did it just at night, then the rest of the day's mine. But I do this when the news breaks, and I have a regular thing that's right in the middle of the day. So I do my news program at noon every day, which really eats up my morning. And then I only have the afternoons normally to get things done if nothing else happens. So I was thinking to myself coming back, I said, I didn't get elected, but there were people that really, really wanted to see me get elected to office here and elsewhere. And I said, I didn't get it though. So I'm not disappointed in that, but what is there something next? I have not received a phone call from the Trump administration, even though I know my name was put in the hat for a couple positions, senior positions, but I've never heard from the Trump administration. A couple of famous broadcasters have been in touch with me and gave an indication they were interested, but nothing ever came of that. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do with my life? And a lot of people have kind of looked at me and said, and this has been going on since before the refugee thing, but certainly since the refugee thing, the sentiment is in there. And these are your words, not mine. So don't anyone try to attribute this to me having a big head, because I'm not. I've denied this all along. I said no. But a lot of people have looked to me as a leader. Look, I'm not claiming to be a leader of the Afrikaners. I'm not de la Rey. I'm not here for that. But I am a leader, and a lot of people have glommed onto that. And although we have a lot of trolls that pop on here and try to be little jerk-offs, a lot of people look to this program and to me, and so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Yeah, Loretta says you're our ambassador. Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what I'm doing in life right now, that's enough. That's enough. And so that's what's going on right now. So, you mean a lot to us. Many of us trying to get to the U.S. We can't wait. Yeah, well, it's not just people trying to get to the U.S., Monica. It's also people in South Africa. Well, Shawnee, I'm always thinking about what's next. I mean, my plan to run for office was for the U.S. Senate, and that was before I retired, but then it all got screwed up by COVID, and I'm a nobody, unknown, so I couldn't compete against, McCormick, a billionaire, and Dr. Oz, a multimillionaire, famous personality. I mean, all these people got in a race. I couldn't run for that, so, yeah. Anthony, thank you for your service. You're welcome. I'll follow you everywhere. Well, thank you, Ray Cordier. Brian says, don't have a stroke. All very grateful. Still love you lots, like Jelly Tots. Jelly Tots. Bugger Off Bunny says, Godsend, a man of truth and honor. Thank you for that. Altz wants me to take some time out. Well, Altz, I'm traveling to cover the Rugby World Cup, and there'll be a few minutes of downtime, although I'll be filming lots of content. But yeah, so yeah. To the truth, one session at a time. Yeah, Phoenix, that's how I feel about things. Yeah, we're leading to the truth. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah. Yep. Damn close to the other right. Very kind of you. I'd be careful of that, because next thing I know, I get attacked by right-wing Afrikaners accusing me of being a fraud. I'm not making any such claim. True ray of sunshine. Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Is there a dog catcher position you can run for? Dogzilla, you really do want to be spanked, don't you? Do you get your jollies by getting timeouts? A servant leader who cares about you. Oh, well, yeah. That's what it's about, folks. I mean, you don't put yourself first. I mean, the reason I'm not trying to be all sappy and syrupy and all crazy here, but I mean, I really didn't feel like doing the show tonight. I got to tell you, I really didn't feel like doing the show tonight. I didn't. But I felt bad that the radio show wasn't on. I know not a lot of you watch the show. Maybe 40 or 50 tune in on a good night. But those 40 or 50 enjoy the radio show. But it didn't happen tonight. And I know some people were looking for it. And I wasn't able to tell them that it wasn't on. It was just a repeat or, another show in its place. But so I felt a little bad about that. And so when I got back, I took a little nap this evening. Just a brief one. And I really didn't feel like getting up. And I'm sitting to myself. I said, it was after 10 o'clock. I think I fell asleep at like 9:15. And it was about 10:02, and I said, no, I can't do a show tonight. I'm not in the mood. Yeah. So, but then I laid there for a few minutes, and I said, that's not cool. That's not what leaders do. You get up and you do it, whether you feel like it or not. And, so I said, okay, people will be waiting, so let's go do the show. So the only night I've been taking off on the night owls now is Saturday nights. Yep. So you get more love here than good old USA. Haters will always, there'll always be haters. That's true. Prison Bake. The world needs more. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Boy, that's a place I really felt so guilty. Man up. I mean, I hope that came across as sincere. It was. I felt so bad. That was the day that I had the interview with DJ Sabu. And we were on West Africa time because we didn't start the interview till well over an hour after it was supposed to start, and was already pushed back to a later start. So I was supposed to be at Prison Break. And I was, 45 minutes, almost an hour late, and people waited for me. I felt so guilty. It was so kind of people to wait for me. It was, and then so, Jacob, I was there. I mean, I stayed, took people's questions, answered all of them as long as I could until everybody decided to leave. Yep. I'll send you your energy for your best self. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I took a nap. No, Shawnee, I can't take a night off, then nobody shows up. Look what happened to my rugby channel. I didn't do 3 weeks of rugby, and I come back, I get 40 people. I used to have thousands watching it. I'm just kidding. The thousands are back on Rugby Ascendant now, but they won't be there for long because I'm not going to be able to cover all the games in the test. This, you are the hope for us, okay? Yes, Kathy, it is very tiring work with people. Some people can really try your patience. So tomorrow, I'm finally getting a medical appointment. It's just a GP, so nothing's going to happen. My doc's going to look at it, and he's going to probably refer me for a MRI. But so this was from the first person, and Erica, who I haven't seen in a while. What's going on with Erica? Erica kindly gave up her physical therapy appointment with a physical therapist, and it was only a kilometer away from where we're staying, but it's very kind of her. And this was, when was the date on this? It was in May. It doesn't have the date on here, but I think she would have put this on there, or April. Says, please assist Mr. Wyatt with assessment of his painful right hip, muscle wasting, Faber test, catch and flex into rotation, labial tear. Yeah. So anyway, so she gave me a piece of paper. Anyway, so I'll take that. Plus, the chiropractor was kind enough to reset my pelvic girdle, and then the physical therapist or the massage therapist. Yeah, so show more cash pair than I'll ever get in this country. Well, that might be true, Ingrid. That might be true. South Africa. If you block off certain hours, we'll understand. We'll just know. No, guys. No. Look. Okay. Don't infer incorrectly. I wasn't here to complain about my schedule. Wasn't here to complain about base. I was just letting you know that I wasn't in the mood, but I'm glad I came and did the show tonight. Just wasn't in the mood earlier. I didn't have the energy, but got it back. So listening to your news, I feel like I get something that makes sense. I realized how tuned out I was. Yeah, funky car. I think that's the important thing. I think that's really the important thing for people to realize just how they've been hoodwinked or misled by people. And again, you don't have to believe the things. I give you the receipts, right? I tell you that. So I saw that Ramon Cabanach posted on Twitter earlier. He posted the thing from Emma Powell saying that that Mkhitaryan Jonas was denied a visa, and he says, "Nah, I don't know what to believe now." Well, I responded to Ramon Cabanach, not in a nasty way, but just because there was no reason. I'm just saying, well, you can believe that the ANC's gaslighting you. They're calling him a special envoy. He's never been to America. If the relations are important, which they claim they are, and they claim they're negotiating in good faith, why isn't there special envoy in America? You're about to get a 30% tariff here in about 14 days. Why hasn't he gone to America? He was appointed back in April. April, May, June, July, 4 months. He hasn't gone to America. He's been to London. He hasn't gone. And so then the ANC tries to gaslight you. See, that's why you got to watch all the story. And I think Ramon might have missed this. Vincent Magwenya in the Office of the Presidency said that, well, he is the special envoy. You don't have to be accredited to be a special envoy. Wrong. That's a lie. That's a lie. The whole envoy, look up the definition of an envoy. An envoy is someone who does diplomatic things to communicate to a foreign power, a foreign organization, a foreign entity. And that's what an envoy is. It's your envoy to represent you. Your envoy doesn't sit at home and represent you. If he sits at home and advises the president, he's not an envoy. He's a special advisor. Yeah. That's the bottom line. Shawnee says, you hold yourself well for not being in the mood. Oh, Shawnee, I really wasn't in the mood when we started this. So, and then I went to that toxic cesspool known as Twitter, X, and I saw all those videos of these wackadoodles. There's even worse ones, but I didn't bring them up. The horrible things these Islamist fanaticists are saying. They give Islam a bad name. They really do. Who needs to make an appearance? Oh, you mean Mkhitaryan Jonas? Yeah. Life's hard already, and doing these extra, very emotional, draining things you ask is worth it. You say you help me get up in the morning. Okay, Sumari, that's awesome. That's cool. Ludwig says we appreciate it. Hey, not happy camper. Gordon von Rensburg, to be honest, you're my daily dose of inspiration. Wow. See, that's why I do this. You know, I mean, it's I'm not getting famous, and I'm sure not getting rich. Boy, look. Okay, first off, don't start sending super chats. This is not a e-begging thing, but the revenue. That's why I told people, I said it's ephemeral. You know, a couple months ago, it was nice. It's coming in. I mean, that was some good money. The ad revenue was like really, really good, and the super chats weren't bad either. But dropped off the map. So the bottom line is I have to consistently have videos that have over 100,000 views to make a decent amount of money off the channel to make it worth my time if I'm looking to make money, which that isn't the point, but I'm putting a lot of time into it, so it doesn't hurt. Always have proof to prove your even your predictions on what might come. Most of the time, Loretta, they are. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I get a few things wrong. I mean, I never predicted Soweto in July 2021. I didn't expect that. I expected it would take place in KwaZulu-Natal, and I didn't think it'd get outside KwaZulu-Natal, but it went to Soweto. But I didn't pay close enough attention to where Zulu are. I mean, I know there's Zulu. It's the most widely spoken language in Gauteng. Surprisingly, it is. But it just didn't. I didn't make that link. I didn't assume it was just going to be Zulus that were doing it, but it was mostly just Zulus acting the fool. Genius is a miserable failure, and now there's a spat between. What is this spat everybody keeps talking about? What is this about? Oh, well, we still have Friends and Family Only Friday coming up. Let's see what Trump does. But let's get to that, folks. Let's talk about that rather than drone on about this other stuff. So first off, this is epic. I mean, this is incredible. Check this out. Check this out. This is what MK had to say in Parliament, and they're right. I mean, they're not exactly a real party, and this guy's an impeached judge. But John Shlope to Ramaphosa, a president broken beyond repair. Your couch swallowed millions. You claim to fight corruption. You hide dollars like a hustler, stashing stolen goods under a mattress. Today we stand here not to decorate this chamber with empty words, but to deliver a clear message of defiance and truth. We stand in absolute rejection of the vote of the presidency and the National Assembly budget. This is because we refuse to fund lies, hypocrisy, and a failed dream. He said the price of bread decides whether a child eats or goes to bed hungry, and where hope is more expensive than petrol. He said the presidency become a fortress of a conflicted and compromised president, the living, breathing embodiment of corruption. Wow. So a point of order was raised by ANC MP Skosana, citing Rule 84, which governs decorum. But that was rejected by Deputy Speaker Annalie Loret from the Democratic Alliance, who ruled that the remark was a matter of debate, not a breach of parliamentary rules. And she was spot on! DA defended MK. More objections came from members of the ANC, but Lorette defended them. He criticized Ramaphosa's response, said, you speak of fighting corruption, yet you place your own Minister of Police on special leave instead of removing him from cabinet, as you did with the Deputy Minister of Trade. Ooh, step right up. You will not believe your eyes. She's right here behind the glass. You're going to love her. She's got class. You can step inside another world. You get to talk to a pretty girl. She's one in a million. Don't fall in love. She's a beauty. One in a million, girl. Oh my gosh. I wish I could play that without getting a copyright strike. Oh my goodness. That is a great song, man. A great song. The Tubes. She's a beauty. Oh my goodness. What a great one. Don't fall in love. She's a beauty. She's one in a million. Oh gosh, I love that song. Step right up. Are there any easy hiking trails that accommodate your hip? No. The problem, culinary pirates, is I think the labrum is torn or detached because I don't have that movement from that muscle. If I extend that leg too far, it just gives out. So I think that the physical therapist might have been correct to begin. But I mean, I have to have an MRI. You can't see that with an X-ray. Or Bridge of Hope. I realize you sacrificed a lot. Well, thank you, Raina Fletch. Yeah. So, smoking. Yeah, Ramaphosa smoking dog. Anyway, back to Shlope, man. Shlope is killing it, man. He's killing it. This inconsistency reeks of selective morality. It shows that protecting your faction is more important to you than protecting the people of this country. Yeah. Wow. Shlope is all over it, man. John Shlope. I mean, I know the guy's impeached, but my goodness. Sorry. Wow. Shlope's all over it. So here's what the IOL says. 5 stories in case you missed it. Look at that. Look at Cyril. He looks like he's been whipped. Oh, poor Cyril. Oh, he's just so sad. Shlope and Ramaphosa, a president broken beyond repair. Your couch swallowed millions. You claim to fight corruption. Ramaphosa says GEO was formed to fix unemployment, crime, and corruption, all of which have gotten worse under him. ANC and DA condemn MK party chaos over division of revenue bill. Oh, so the DA condemned the chaos. Choose your emojis carefully. Oh my goodness. Bond is session combat. We'll see what happens, Loretta. We'll see. Give Cyril pacifier. Looks like the cat caught his tongue. Yeah, there you go. Cat got your tongue. Cat got your tongue. Well, the MK has given him till Friday to resign. You should these words for an upbeat song. We got one. Nigel Owens is crapping all over the Springboks. Yeah, Nigel. Yeah, most famous World Rugby referee ever. Says the Springboks should have been penalized for illegal scrum tactic. Wow. Thank you for weighing in. Springboks broke the law with their scrum tactic in the second test and should have been penalized, but they were penalized. They turned the ball over. Rossi Rasmus Springboks created a stir with a number of contentious tactics in the second test against the Italians. Right off the bat, the Boks manufactured a scrum off the kickoff when Andre Esterhuizen went ahead of kicker Monty Libic, resulting in a scrum being awarded to having a player in front of the kicker. Well, that's the penalty. Later in the match, the Boks came up with another tactic that saw Rowan Norkia being lifted to secure a ball in the middle of the park. According to Owens, a penalty should have been given to Italy while the lifting incident is open for interpretation. So why should a penalty be issued if it's open to interpretation? You get to have a penalty because you think it's a penalty, not because that's what the law says. The key word is deliberate. Normally, in this kind of situation, if the player is in front of the kickoff, it's deemed to be offside and a scrum is awarded. Well, we're talking about two different things. That's the earlier one. In this instance, if I was refereeing the game, that would have been a penalty. Straightforward, clear penalty because it's not the normal action of being slightly in front. On the lifting, well, it was a penalty. So I don't understand what he's talking about. It was a penalty. It was a penalty. They turned it over. They gave the ball. They turned it over. And so Italians got the scrum because that's what the rule says. Anyway, but he would have given them a penalty, so he kicked it down the pitch. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. The key thing here is just pop it up in the air and don't be in front of the kicker and then just catch it in the 10 meters. And it didn't go 10 meters. You turn over, it's a scrum. I mean, look, I'm sorry, Nigel Owens. You are being nitpicker. Nigel Owens is nitpicking. So what he's saying is that, okay, you've got midfield here, and you've got the kicker, which was Monty Libic. And so Andre Esterhuizen, he kicks it, and Andre Esterhuizen goes forward to catch it, okay? All right. I guess he's saying he was ahead of him. Well, that's a penalty. Okay. So next time, just as Monty, just kick it up in the air, about 2 feet, and then let someone run out and catch it. That's what you do next time if you want to do this. It was very clever adaptation to the game and within the rules. But Nigel Owens doesn't think so. And then later on he says, on Norkia being lifted up, he said it was a gray issue. A player being lifted in the air to catch the ball from a kickoff is perfectly legal. We see it every game. Nothing's wrong with it at all. Within the laws, this is not illegal action. Is it against the sportsmanship of the game or is it unfair advantage? If a guy is in the air, the defenders cannot do anything to compete for that ball. You can't touch the player or bind around those who are supporting him. The opposition party pretty much have to wait for him to come down, then they can do something. Yeah. Okay. You can't take a guy out in the air either when he's catching the ball. So what's your point, Nigel? Oh, Nigel, crapping on the Springboks, man. What's that all about? Incredible patience, being true inspiration. Thank you. ECR News just now, Ramos spouting, just saying he has widespread support from the National Dialogue. He doesn't have widespread support. It's some nonsense. You're welcome, Dougie Raymond. Make our day, we value. Thank you, Ireland Crawford. He does look defeated. Ramaphosa looks like a defeated man. Well, Friday is the day, folks. Friday. We'll see on Friday the 18th. It's been a deadline established by NK. We'll see if they start popular marches against him. Finished my little Python app. I wrote the chat GPT-4. It works great after. Okay. All right, Bloodcoop. I heard you saying that you had to do some repairs to that thing. All right. So Trump is going off. Let's get to that. Trump lashes out at weaklings who believe Epstein bullshit amid building GOP pressure to release documents. So Trump is not having it so far. President Donald Trump is accusing some of his one-time supporters of being weaklings who are falling prey to Democratic BS about the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, concluding he no longer wants their support. The message was the clearest sign yet of the cracks emerging in the president's coalition, many of whom are loudly demanding more information about the disgraced financier who has been subject to myriad conspiracies since his death by suicide. And some of these allies don't appear to be listening, with Republicans in Congress taking steps Wednesday morning to potentially force the Justice Department to release more documents. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker, he wrote on Truth Social. They haven't learned the lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. Well, I agree. The Russia collusion, nonsense. The denying aid to Ukraine, nonsense. We proved at the time. The insurrection, nonsense. Inciting his followers to overthrow the government, nonsense. And so these people who claim to be Trump supporters are buying this story. Trump said the Epstein controversy, roiling now for more than a week after his Justice Department announced the moment there was no client list, it didn't plan to release any more documents, was distracting from the successes. I've had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all these people want to talk about the strong prodding from the fake news and the success-starved Democrats is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue to forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking to our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. Wow, it's the strongest rebuke of his supporters so far. Yep. While Trump has dismissed the controversy as sordid and uninteresting before his post on Wednesday, he hadn't gone as far as disavowing some of the staunchest allies. As of Tuesday, those allies notably included House Speaker Mike Johnson, who's in an interview with right-wing influencer Benny Johnson, called for more transparency in the matter, saying we should put everything out there and let the people decide. No, where is your interest? Where is your interest? Your interest in Butler, Pennsylvania, in the attempted assassination of the president. I don't hear them screaming for that. I don't hear any of them standing up. See, these are famous people already. Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, the Hodge twins, all of them got famous on social media when social media needed them. But then those of us who were emerging when the censorship regime was in place and were shut down and our channels and our platforms destroyed by censorship, they don't give a crap. They're quite happy that the Biden administration used third parties in violation of the First Amendment of the Constitution to silence speech that they didn't like over COVID, over Biden, over all the crimes that were committed. So where is Benny Johnson and Tim Pool and the Hodge twins and Alex Jones over censorship shutting down conservative voices? They don't care about that because they didn't get shut down. They didn't get shut down. That merits an investigation. Where's the files on that? Well, that's a cover-up. They're worried more about Epstein. What is wrong with these people? Steve Bannon and Tucker Carlson too, yep. There are no photos of Trump and Epstein. What are you talking about? You talking about at a party in the 80s? Get real. Yes, Comey's daughter's been fired. I've got that story as well. Exactly, Lynette. They're trying to overshadow Trump's victories and his wins everywhere. He's winning everywhere. And these clowns are playing right into the Democratic playbook. That's unbelievable. No, we hadn't done the news yet. The news yet. We're just getting into it now. This isn't really a news program. Yeah, they could fix people's pensions. They could fund pensions with the money instead of the national dialogue. 700 million rand would go a long way to taking care of an awful lot of stuff in South Africa. Political commentator Rogan O'Hanley, DC Drano, TikToker Chaya Raichik, Liz Wheeler, and Scott Pressler carry binders bearing the seal of the Justice Department, the Epstein Files, Phase 1. So that was issued in February. So, here's the thing. This is the problem with this story. The Epstein files were released. The Kennedy assassination files were released, and these people aren't happy. That isn't enough. They want more. What, are we supposed to go make it up for them? Yeah, Loretta, I want the truth behind assassination too. I want to know why the Secret Service buried a classified report of a credible threat to the life of the president at that rally on that day, and they had the information from the U.S. intelligence community, Secret Service, 10 days before the assassination attempt. Now, it isn't crooks, but the point here is that with that credible information, the Secret Service would have approached that event differently. They might not even held that event, or they would have put a more serious team there. They certainly would have been as lackadaisical and inept as they were, unless the plan was to kill Trump. And then that raised a whole new can of worms. What was Butler about? Was it to kill Trump? Why did Dr. Jill Biden, a nobody, First Lady, get a larger presidential security detail when she's not even the president at speaking at an event in nearby Pittsburgh that day than the former president and future president got when he was nearly murdered? Exactly, Colin. We all partied when we were young. Yeah. This is the problem. See, what have these people done? I'm sorry. What have any of those people done right there? Scott Pressler supposedly got a bunch of people registered to vote. Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. But you're famous for being gay, not for that. That's how you rose to fame, was being gay and being a Republican. People are like, oh, that's novel. Who's this guy with the vest on? DC Drano. What is he? What has he done? What have these people done in life? Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, culinary, when he said fight, fight, fight. I mean, look, think about that. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. All the stuff happening to Trump, then someone shoots at him and he shoots him. And he didn't cry or cower. He was thrown to the ground by the Secret Service, who nearly broke his ankle. And then he gets up. He insists on getting up. And what does he do? Instead of being rushed off the stage, he refuses, puts that fist up and says, fight, fight, fight. The man in the moment. The man in the moment. Whatever you think of Trump, there you go. Well, Dershowitz ought to name some people. Yeah. So these people, this is what Trump gets for bringing this sort of people around him. This is what he gets for bringing these people into his inner circle. Just like the bogus thing that what's her name there? The press secretary. Well, we're bringing non-traditional media in here. They're going to have a seat right here. Podcasters and people. I have 100,000 followers plus on my channel. I applied for that before you finish the sentence, and I've never heard from the White House once. Never heard. And unlike those people, I've actually done things and accomplished things. I'm actually a published author. So, it's all just a scam. It's all a scam. These grifters who are on social media getting attention and making money and then demanding things, what have they ever done for this country? Spare me. Spare me. I mean, the real issues are right in front of their face. The attempted assassination of a president. The violation of the First Amendment, but they could care less about that. Never mind the fact that we go after people for crimes against humanity, for putting COVID-positive patients in our nursing homes and killing our parents, our grandparents, our aunts and uncles, septuagenarians, octogenarians, nontogenarians, and centurions killed by the likes of Murphy, Cuomo, and Wolf, and with the collusion of the Biden regime and Fauci. Nobody's interested in that. That stuff's right in front of them. Right in front of them. Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, Bruce Orr, James Comey. They seem to have no interest in that. All they care about is Epstein. Biden was president for 4 years, and none of these so-called patriots and supporters of Trump were out there screaming for the release of the Epstein files. Trump's Justice Department released Epstein files on the 23rd of February. Yeah, they planned Trump's death at Butler. I'm still asking why MSN was covering up rally live when they normally would have sent. Yeah, exactly. No, what you do, Kathy, is download it as a WAV file, okay? It takes a moment, it comes up, it prepares it, then you have to push save. Then just send it to me in WhatsApp. They're not that big. It's only going to be a few megabytes, so send it to me that way in WhatsApp, okay? Exactly, Belinda. People get their kicks from sensationalism. That's the bottom line right there. That's what this is all about. But these people are supposedly influencers. And you know, I've never said anything bad about any of them. The only ones I question is why people find Tim Pool interesting. I don't think he's all interesting, but I mean, he has a huge audience, so I can't argue with that. But anyway. So these people are influencing people who aren't thinking because they just listen to these people. Think for yourself. You don't have to agree with me. But do you think it's more important to know the Epstein thing than it is to, and look, that doesn't exclude Epstein. It's still, but I mean, they're never going to be satisfied. The Kennedy files were released. Oh, it was not enough. The Epstein files were released on February 23rd. And they didn't get what they wanted. So now they want to create more conspiracies and fantasies to complain about stuff. Charmaine, thank you for the 140 Rand. I don't know why it didn't come up on the screen. Lynette, if I may convey my condolences to loved ones of the men, women, and children. Well, thank you for that, Lynette. I think you did it last night as well. You can be such a huge help. President's administration don't know it. Yeah, they don't know what they're missing. Lana, Dogzilla wants to be timed out. That's what he wants. It's a messed up world where the wrong shouts the loudest to hide the truth. Yeah. I mean, what's the obsession? Look, I'm not saying that, you know, they shouldn't release the things. What I'm saying is that what is going on? What is going on here? Why this? Trump wins. He wins Supreme Court cases. They try to stop him. The decisions are out of control. They're judges legislating from the bench. They're corrected by the Supreme Court. And he wins. And because Trump has won so many times, now people on the right are turning against him. Because they want, see, here's the thing. They want to dictate to Trump who he has in his administration. Look, I didn't agree with Jeff Sessions. I thought it was a dumb idea. Or Bill Barr, both of who were terrible attorneys general, and undermined the Trump administration. Also didn't agree with the general that he brought in to be John Kelly to be his chief of staff. I thought that was a dumb move and turned out to be a dumb move. John Kelly turned out to be a weasel. It's unfortunate. He betrayed Trump with his tell-all nonsense. That's not what you do. That's not loyalty. Trump didn't commit a crime, so then there's nothing to talk about here. Yeah. John MacArthur died. Who is John MacArthur, Philip? John MacArthur. Don't know who that is. American Calvinist Baptist minister. Sorry, I never heard of him. Don't know him. I was watching it live on a channel on YouTube, and I asked the host, why are we watching Trump? He usually covers war or big things live. 60 seconds later, shooting started. Okay, Morse, I didn't see it. I don't think I was watching live. Yep. Anyway, so yes, and Comey's daughter was sacked. You know, and now they're trying to make a big deal. But are you seriously going to keep Comey's daughter employed by the government after that treasonous bastard? So Trump calls Epstein controversy a hoax. Charmaine says, you're amazing. Thank you, Charmaine. Yep. President faces MAGA backlash over claims of hiding details of Epstein crimes to protect the rich elite, including Trump. I'm sorry. So what did the Democrats do for 4 years? They weren't screaming about that. The president is struggling to contain a political crisis within his usually loyal Make America Great base over suspicion the administration is hiding details. Yeah. In an interview with Real America's Voice, the far-right network created to host Steve Bannon's podcast, Trump doubled down on what should be done with the details around Epstein crime. One of the most dramatic theories circulating among Trump supporters is that Epstein, who offed himself while in federal custody, was murdered by powerful figures to cover up their roles in sex crimes against children. Republican voters and politicians have pressed Trump to publicly release the documents related to the case, which become known as the Epstein files. But they did release the files on February 23rd. Multiple users in Truth Social posted to Trump's post calling for him to release more information. You're losing your most loyal followers and voices. Why are you protecting pedos? Well, you don't know these protecting pedos. That's just empty speculation by some dunderheaded, tinfoil cap wearing lunatic who posted something on social media. None of these people have any evidence of that. That's their supposition because there was a girl who was underage who, anyway. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. Conservative allies of the president have focused their anger on the attorney general who was leading the case. Anyway. Trump slams stupid Republicans as the Epstein row grows. He blasted foolish Republican supporters on Wednesday as he went on attack against anyone questioning his administration's handling of the case. After days of struggling to brush off what he now claims is Democratic hoax, took to the most combative tone yet to shut down the issue. Well, it's not going to shut down the issue. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. But here's the one. You guys, some people mentioned already, she's been fired. Justice Department fires prosecutor on Epstein case. Why was she on the Epstein case? God, she looks just like her father. She looks like a man, man. He looks just like James Comey. Even got the bags under her eyes, just like Daddy. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey. Talk about nepotism. Why is his daughter an assistant U.S. attorney? Yeah. Justice Department's fired Maureen Comey, the daughter of former FBI director and American trader James Comey, and a prosecutor in a federal case against Sean P. Diddy Combs and Jeffrey Epstein. Well, the P. Diddy Combs didn't go very well. Apparently she's pretty inept. Pretty inept. P. Diddy got away with it for the most part. So what good is she as a prosecutor? And the Epstein case, there was no specific reason given for her firing from the Southern District of New York. Well, good riddance. Good riddance. Coca-Cola backtracks. Donald Trump gives them advice that will make their Coke the best product out there. Make it number one. Make it grow again. Make it something people want to have. They want to make Coke great again. But Coke doesn't want to be made great again. They're in bed with the maize lobby to put the poison called high fructose corn syrup in our Coca-Cola instead of pure cane sugar like you get in South Africa, Liberia, Mexico. I don't buy Coke here for the most part. I buy the Heche en Mexico, made in Mexico, exporting my dollars to Mexico because they betray us with this poison in America with high fructose corn syrup, a deadly poison put into our drink. Asked about the switch, the representative for Coca-Cola didn't explicitly say it would use cane sugar products. Coca-Cola dodges after Trump says soda will switch back to cane sugar. President Trump said Wednesday Coca-Cola in the United States will begin to be made with cane sugar, but the company did not explicitly say that was the case. Trump said Wednesday afternoon on Truth Social that he'd been speaking to Coca-Cola about using cane sugar in the sodas sold in the United States. The company agreed to his idea. This will be a very good move by them. You'll see. It's just better. But Coca-Cola did not comment on the change when NBC News asked them about it later on. We appreciate President Trump's enthusiasm for iconic Coca-Cola brand. More news, more details on new innovative offerings within our Coca-Cola product range will be shared soon. Yeah, sure. All right, well, how about you put the cane sugar back in your poison? Put the cane sugar back in your poison. Yes, that would be nice. We would appreciate that. We'd appreciate that. High fructose corn syrup, disgusting. They put it in everything. In our food, it's everything. Left wing wanted Trump dead, but not only that, they wanted to broadcast it live in the entire world. That's what you're saying, okay? Yeah. Here's the thing. This is the thing that drives me nuts, Refuge, and that's what I said to Ronaldo earlier. If there was anything on Trump, and again, this was a race where the Democrats needed to take the House back, and they needed to get the Senate, retain the Senate. If there were high-profile political figures with damaging information in the Epstein files that they could destroy politically and prevent them from getting elected, or they could destroy Trump's campaign, why weren't any of these things released in October? Why weren't these things leaked in October to destroy Trump in the October surprise? Why weren't they released on other members of Congress? People like Matt Gaetz. I don't know that Matt Gaetz ever went there, but you know all this stuff about him and these allegations. You know, so why? So again, look, these people are just, you know, it's a tempest in a teapot. They're not true patriots. They're not. They're obsessed about something that isn't germane. That doesn't mean it isn't a problem. But Epstein's dead. Ghislaine Maxwell's in prison. And why are we talking about this? Why aren't we talking about the attempted assassination of the president? Why nothing's been done with the Secret Service? And why the Secret Service held a classified report with a credible threat to the life of the President of the United States for 10 days before the event. And remember, Trump was doing rallies every day. So getting that kind of warning, specific warning about an assassination attempt 10 days prior to the event and a specific location, and they took no steps to protect the president. This is the real controversy. And here's the other controversy. Why aren't these people care about this on the right? Why are they complaining about Jerome Powell and the United States having a 4.5% prime lending rate, which is almost the highest in the world amongst developed countries? Everyone else has 0.25, 0.5%, 1% at most. And we have 4.5%. Why are they not talking about that? The man's intentionally sabotaging the American economy. But the Hodge twins and Candace Owens and Tim Pool and Alex Jones, all they care about is Epstein. That's what they care about. Used to watch many of these U.S. podcasts. I've lost interest completely. Would rather listen to you, Colonel Sun, with it. Well, thank you very much, Raina Fletch. I wish we'd get 1 million more people to say that. Sorry to hijack your show, but need advice from South Africa. I was hoping to buy a new Hisense fridge today, but you say Chinese quality. Well, look, Karen, I don't like Chinese. I have an obvious bias against Chinese products, okay? That said, they can make good products. Hisense is a decent brand. I don't buy Chinese if I can avoid it. You don't have many options in South Africa. And I think you said that you get it for a good deal. It's on sale. So if you like it, I don't want to talk you out of buying a product that you want. I can say this: Ronaldo was all excited about his Chinese-made SUV, and a few months later he turned it in because it wasn't very good, and he got another Chinese-made SUV, different brand. Anyway, yeah, no, it's a special. So I mean, you got a warranty on it. Why not? I mean, yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, look, don't let me influence your purchase. That's your decision. I mean, this is probably Chinese-made, but it was because of cost and. I need to get something from the Veterans Organization, so we need to see if it works. If it does, and we'll replace all our PCs with these little mini PCs. So that's why I bought that. But my phone is a Samsung. It's Korean. I'll trust Samsung. They're a fantastic brand. You know what they're doing. So this is Samsung. Yep. Here's another Samsung. And this is a Chinese. This is 1+1 or whatever the hell they're called. Yeah, this is China. I didn't have a choice. That's all I got. I didn't like it. I don't like the phone at all. It's off most of the time. So yeah, don't let me affect your purchase. Get what you need to get. Real name Foul Munchie. Yeah. Look, I mean, that's the real issues, folks. I mean, why is Jerome Powell holding the interest rate so high? Yeah, I love Samsung too, Irene. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so I want to go to the downloads here. So you guys all know Kathy made that song now. Haha. Okay, let me see if I can find this. It's a while ago that it came up, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Trump put all these interest rates up for top interest rates from around the world for major industrial economies, and the U.S. is near the bottom. He had it on his Truth Social, but I can't go Truth Social. It'd take me a week to find it. He posts so much on there. So let me see if I can find it this way. Looking through my folder, I got a lot of crap in here. Don't remember when he posted. That's the problem. Sometimes you think you know when something happened, and then you start looking like, wow, was that long ago? Or it was just the other day? Didn't realize that. That's crazy. Yeah, so John Slope really put it to Sir Ramaphosa tonight. That was incredible. Wow. I need to find that video and use it. My goodness. One thing that's consistent, when I use ChatGPT to make images and I put cartoon characters with John Steenhuisen, he does look the same in all of the images I make. It's pretty interesting. He doesn't really look like John, but he looks the same in all these. Wow, I've done a lot of these ChatGPT pictures. I didn't realize I'd done that many of them. I'm seeing them as I go back here. All right, I'm not finding that image I wanted to share with you. That sucks. I really want to share that. Come on, where did Trump do that at? Anyway, I guess it's not that important. A lot has been happening, folks. My goodness, we've bombed Iran. Wow, it's a lot been going on the past several weeks. Just crazy. Ramaphosa came to America and embarrassed himself. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't find it here. It's somewhere. Anyway, not important. We'll save it for later. Anyway. Landlord's son in Aircon says they cook inside the unit, so they're all pretty much the same quality. Oh, look inside units. What's your opinion on Douglas McGregor? Yeah, Douglas McGregor is a smart guy, but a lot of people have been pissed off at him about his Ukraine analysis. I follow the Ukraine conflict. I predicted it was going to happen, and I followed it for a while, but I lost interest in it because it's what I said it was going to be. It was a meat grinder. If you go back and you watch my video from February of 2022, when this all started, the night the invasion started, I was asked on my stream, because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning when I was broadcasting from Florida, from Orlando, and I said, people said, how long is this going to last? I said 3 to 5 years minimum. People were surprised. Well, here we are 3 years later, and it's still going strong. Yep. They off people left and right. The FBI, military is all infected with their corruption, violence. They used supporters to do dirty deeds. Spikes in tomatoes. What? I love BlackBerry, but nothing really worked for me until Samsung became good. Well, BlackBerry was pretty good. I didn't like it initially. I thought they were silly. I thought it was just for crazy rich people. And then I had one for work, and I liked it. And then they became affordable, so I bought one of my own. And BlackBerry was pretty good. I liked it. It was an interesting device. But we're so far beyond that now with smartphones. I mean, these are, you could launch the Apollo program with one of these things. DK, you're welcome. Please, can he reduce interest rates so we can get an interest rate? Yeah, well, no doubt. What's my opinion of Douglas McGregor? Okay, so he's gotten a lot of flack. I've listened to a couple times, and I have nothing bad to say about him, but I don't really follow him much. So I mean, I'm not going to get into a pissing contest with him. Alex is out here. Okay. Wonder who wrote Shlope's speech, showing it himself. Was brilliant. Yeah. No, I've got to find that. I got to find that. That was awesome. Hang on a second here. I see the morning shot. It looks like they're using clickbait titles now. Has Cyril been arrested? That's funny.
Have embarked upon in the visit.
Apartheid, stop only remain.
The Honourable Peterson.
Everyone. New generation.
At the domestic level. This extend our domestic imperatives to international.
So people are going hungry. People are dying. Women are being raped. People are being shot in the Cape Flats. And these idiots spent 7 hours talking today.
Platforms. I thank you.
Structural privatization. Negotiable.
Thank you, Honourable Maimane.
On Rule 62, which happens once a year. And we all know.
On Deputy Minister.
I'm trying to find where this is at. Chair. Does anybody know what point in the day that was?
Honourable member is misleading the House when he says unfiltered views. MK is Nkandla filter. EFF is CIC filter. It's all these filters.
Honourable Deputy Minister. Honourable Deputy Minister.
And his deputy. And
can you take a...
South Africa does have such development finance institutions, such as the IDC.
That they understand what must be done to grow the economy, create jobs. Okay? For me, somebody can say, hey, you bought toll trains. They're not toll trains. I don't have to respond to that. Okay?
Okay, Honourable Mandla, what is your point of order?
This is a point.
Yes.
It's a point. The point of privilege that I'm making is that it shouldn't be when certain people agree with the decorum, but when certain people are called names, there's nothing to do with the decorum.
Thank you for the $10 super chat there.
Something against a person.
Did it disappear?
We don't say a member of this House. We don't say, please, you're out of order, bring it through.
Well,
it must be done by the table. Bring a substantive motion. We allowed it to happen.
No, you don't delete. Okay,
Honourable Mandla, please, we need to proceed
talk about the decorum. So the decorum
business of the day.
The decorum.
Thank you.
Shut up. We don't delete super chats if they weren't rude. Yeah, Dogzilla's back. Dogzilla says you're joking about the Epstein stuff. It's not funny, the Epstein stuff, Dogzilla. It's a serious situation. Please don't joke about it. But thank you for the $10 super chat. Wills, don't take that out. You didn't take out his other comments. So, all right. He does need a new hobby though. Arctic says perfect timing on Wills. Anyway, I don't know when Shlope made those comments. It must have been when Ramaphosa was talking or something. Or was it afterwards? So I don't know when Shlope talked. Oh, here it is. Is that where he talks? Yeah, here's Shlope.
Women in subs, brave officers who protect our communities with integrity. These honest officers are being tarnished by a few rotten apples. What it really is. It's not a dialogue for the nation. It is a captured presidency, captured by big white business.
Oh, jeez. Big white business. His racism reveals itself. Captured by big white business. No, it's captured by communists. Oh, my goodness. I thought you were going to hit it out of the park there, Shlope, but you had to do something stupid.
Captured by billionaires who dictate policy while the poor continue to starve. Today, we're debating a budget to keep this charade alive. The National Assembly, under your watch, Mr. Ramaphosa, is supposed to be the watchdog of the executive. Instead, it has become a poodle sitting at your feet, begging for scraps of patronage. We, the MK Party, refuse to fund our own oppression. We refuse to legitimize this betrayal. We refuse to build a palace for a president while our people sleep under leaking roofs and cook on open fires.
I'm sorry. You were all part of the ANC for 28 years. Now you're complaining about it? Oh, okay. So, well, the super chat disappeared, Wills. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
To my colleagues in this house, you stand at the fork in this road. You can choose to be complicit in the auctioning of this nation, or you can rise as true servants of the people. To you, Mr. Ramaphosa, you are no longer the architect of renewal. You are the demolition man of democracy. To the GNO partners, your alliance is not for the people. It is for power, it is for privilege, and it is for profit.
Of course, if the shoes were reversed, it'd be the same thing. But still, it's nice to hear that.
We are asked to vote for this budget. The MK stands resolute. We will not. We reject this budget and vote one. We reject a president that has become a piggy bank for the elite. We reject a parliament that has turned into a silent spectator to national decay. Honorable Deputy Speaker, the people of this country are watching. They will remember who stood with them when they were hungry, jobless, and homeless, and hopeless.
Well, it wasn't MK. It wasn't MK. It wasn't the ANC. It was America. We fed you, we clothed you, we gave you antiretrovirals, and you betrayed us. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, John Schlope.
The MK Party will continue to fight for the South Africa where land and wealth are shared, where children drink clean water, where the livestock...
Why does land have to be shared? I'm not sharing what I own with you. Piss off.
...on, and where the president serves, not sells, the people. Let history record, we refuse to endorse these lies. We refuse to fund betrayal. We refuse to clap hands for a captured president. The MK Party stands firm. I end by asking you, Mr. President, corruption is so common in this country. It happens right under your nose. The question...
And you were a high court judge in the Western Cape and happened right under your nose and you got impeached. So, and yeah, so not exactly a lot of room to speak here, John Schlope.
Is why can't you see it every day? Why can't you see it every day? What is the obstruction? I end you. Thank you.
They've turned the mics off. People stand up and clapping.
The Honorable Botlani.
So where did he call Ramaphosa all these names? These idiots wearing camouflage like they're soldiers. It's embarrassing. This is stolen valor. This is stolen valor. It's disgusting.
Were made by individuals, leaders, eminent persons, as well as various formations from across society. In emerging industries and introducing tax incentives for new...
this is painful to listen to. It's garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Just nonsense. Just pure nonsense, folks. Utter nonsense. Just sit and watch in mornings and maybe should stick to sitting and watching. I would never delete it. It's okay, Wills. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right? I thought you took it on purpose, so don't worry about it. I don't know how that happens, though. His message wasn't back-to-back, so anyway, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Yeah, blah, blah, blah is right. Wills, relax, okay? You stepped up when I needed moderators when I was being harassed by trolls when I was in South Africa, so thanks. Pretty sure the ANC are influenced by billionaires who donate back their campaigns. Yeah, I don't doubt that, but MK is not exactly pure as a driven snow. They're not exactly clean. They are nothing but troublemakers. So anyway, but John Slope had some great comments here. Wow. Yep. So let me just go check on something here real quick. Anyway. Is that still on? What the hell long is this freaking video? Huh. Wow, I'm not going to say something, but I want to say something. I'm not going to say something, but I want to say something. Wow. Wow, I see that somebody has moved their premieres to earlier in the day to interfere with my live broadcast. And using clickbait titles. Wow. Wow. Same person that spoke ill of me, and I defended that person. Yep. Wow. Wow. Yep. Wow. Hmm. Wow. No, not Isaac. Isaac's always on now, Arctic. No. Isaac is always on now. Isaac is always on. No, this is, if anything, I interfere with his time, which wasn't intentional. Yeah, no. Isaac's fine. Yep. 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 Yeah. Another channel used to do premiere 15-minute videos at 7 o'clock every morning. And now the premieres are coming on at 6 o'clock. Anyway, or 6:30. Anyway, whatever. Let's not start any trouble there. It just says a lot about people. It says a lot about people. Hey, Streamside Country, what's going on? From New Zealand. Whereabouts in New Zealand, man? Whereabouts in New Zealand? Yeah, you say that, Morsh, but there's over 1,000 people watching that right now on a premiere. A prepared video with a clickbait title. So you do you. Your sticky viewers will stick with. Thank you. Hey, Anne-Marie Now. There you are. Anne-Marie's the person that told me my channel disappeared. Did you guys know that? Yeah, Tom said he has a new video. I haven't seen it yet. But I did see he was on earlier. Tom McDonald had a few thousand people watching, announcing he had a new video. Is it up already? Let me see if it's up already. Tom McDonald. Let's see if he's got a new song. I know he said he was going to have a new song. He says he's dropping a new one, so I don't see it. You know that you can't cancel off. It only has 4.8 million views. I'm surprised. That's a shocker. Yeah, he had 36,000 views when he got off an hour ago. So, but what's the new song? I don't see what new song. He's supposed to have a new song, so but usually he puts them out on Fridays. So I guess we'll see on Friday what happens. All right, Cycling Journeys. Yeah, no, it's still time. They're still premiering. You can go watch it over there. North Waikato. Okay, Streamside. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, no. Well, I've been that way. Went to the Rugby World Cup in 2011. I watched the Springboks destroy the Velvitches in Auckland North, and among many things. Hey, Fred. No, guys, don't worry about it. Let it go. Yeah, so, well, I have been backstabbed by some people, that's for sure. I'm not talking about that person. I have been backstabbed by people, yep. Yep, a number of people backstabbed me, for sure. Absolutely. And I've never screwed anybody over. Even people treat me poorly, I've treated them well. Yeah, so Krista, I should have a video out on the Truth Report. I don't know what the hell's taking so long. They asked me to make a video. I did, and it hasn't premiered yet. I see that Rob's is up. Rob's got one. Rob's got a fantastic video up. So, yeah. There it is, Truth Report. Okay. Yeah, Rob versus the Bootlickers. That one's up. My video's still not up there. I don't get it. Like I said, though, I'm not happy with my views on that channel. I'm not happy with my views on there. So anyway, I made special content just for it. And let's see how this one did. 4 videos. Is that it? 5,000 views on that one. So there's what, 6 of us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us that have playlists on there. You got Sama, Gareth, Truth Report on the Ground, myself, Beverly Schaefer. I don't know who that is. She's got one video at Ronaldo. Is there more playlists? There's got to be a Rob playlist. Helen Bosoff, Joe Emilio. Yeah, so about 8 of us with playlists in there. But yeah, so actually, Ronaldo and I have the most videos. We have both, well, except for Rob. There's Rob. Rob has 7. Ronaldo and I both have 4, and I just did another one. So you're still the special one, says Irene. Time to watch Rob's new video. Yeah, his new video is very good. It just goes off on the fools out there. Yep. So anyway, it's weird. Rob has 167,000 views on one and 19,000 others. So I don't understand the Truth Report. I guess it's just some things catch the algorithm, some things don't. But none of my videos have a lot of views. Let me see. The ones I did on there, let's see. Full playlist. Let's see how many views. So I've got a 10,000, a 9,700, a 9,500, and a 5,000 view. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. But that's the YouTube channel. That's not what Truth Report's supposed to be. Your question is, where's it at? It's still in development. I caution people. Rob let the cat out of the bag and told people about it back in May. Or April, I think, is when he first let it leak. And then in May, he specifically called it Truth Report and told people it was going to be out within a few weeks. And I didn't think it was that far advanced. I went to the Truth Report headquarters, the offices in Cape Town. I spent a few days there with those guys, went through what was going on, and I wasn't convinced that we're going to be ready by the end of May or even in June. So maybe late June. And here we are in July, and I haven't been back there since May, so I don't know the current status in person. I just know from communicating with them. I suspect it'll be a few more months before we get there, but ultimately the Truth Report will have its own domain and be on its own servers. Just hopefully we just get a company. We'd either do it in-house or we do it with a company that's not going to screw us like they did to Parler and just took away their cloud services. A little warmer this morning. YouTube is weird. It keeps jumping a couple of minutes back. That is strange. I've had that happen to me before too. Okay. Please stop defending BS. Who's defending BS? What BS am I defending, Maze? Hey, good morning, Andre. What's going on? How's the hand? Yeah, for now it's nothing special. I get better content going through the content. Yeah, no, I think Sloth Puppy, that's the point. I think it's nothing special. Also, one of the things is that I still censor. I still self-censor because YouTube. They'll take things down. So that's why I wanted the Truth Report to come along. So, yep. No, Loretta, you don't have to go watch it. I'm just saying it's there. So. Bank reduction rate would trigger capital allocation. Well, we actually need the interest rate lowered. It's crippling the economy. I mean, the economy is growing, but with interest rates at a normal level, it would be fantastic. No, it's my pleasure, Loretta. It's my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of my regular viewers were over there watching that, chatting. I'm not watching here, so, but that's their prerogative. They can watch what they want. Okay. All right. Take care, Jacob. Have a good night. ECR presenter spent 200 Rand for about 6 Husker. What? That's crazy. Yeah, where do they shop? Where do they shop? I see how loyal you are. Maze, I don't... Oh, we're here for you. Okay, thank you, Maze. I didn't understand. Yeah, no, people can, I always tell people, you can watch whatever you want, folks. Watch whatever you want. Yeah. You know, I feel kind of bad. Like on Saturday, I know that I interfere with Ronaldo's broadcast, but I had no choice. I have to do the news, and what happened was we had the rugby on 11, and I couldn't do the news in the morning because there's something else going on. Otherwise, I would have done it in the morning, done the rugby. So I did it after rugby, but interfere with Ronaldo, which was not my intent. I felt bad because he didn't always. Ronaldo was only broadcasting 3 days a week when he was working, but now he's broadcasting more often. So I felt bad about that. I did feel bad about that because that's the time Ronaldo usually broadcasts. See, I remember I picked my time when I first started live streaming in 2020. I picked 5 p.m. It was lockdown, and people were home at 5 p.m. and they weren't eating dinner yet, so it seemed okay. You couldn't travel. And then, I don't know, about 6 or 7 weeks after I did that, suddenly Morning Shot started doing live streams. They weren't doing live streams before. They were just doing that 10, 15-minute, Morning Shot at 7 a.m. And they started doing live streams. And Roman had a much bigger audience than I did because I was just starting out. And I'm like, I don't want to compete with him. And so I moved my broadcast to 6 o'clock. And the reason was 6 o'clock, which sucks for me because a lot of people, I lost viewers like Beth, because Beth couldn't watch because she's feeding her kids at 6 o'clock. People come home, so it wasn't an ideal time for a lot of people. But 7 o'clock, Ronaldo was on. Or excuse me, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Ronaldo was on. So Ronaldo was on 8, and my broadcast used to usually go for an hour and a half. So 6 to 7:30, that would interfere with Ronaldo. I didn't interfere with Roman, and I didn't interfere with Ronaldo. Okay, it worked out well for me. And that also gave me the ability, if I wanted, to watch both of them. And then, after a couple of years, Ronaldo moved his stream back to 7. And then I wound up running into his stream, which affected his broadcast and affected mine. But I couldn't move my program again. People come to count on a certain time. No, I've tried to be considerate of our broadcast, but I do broadcast at the same time as them at times. But like Wednesdays with the Colonel, I think that we did well on that. We had, I think, 1,300 on my program. And when we opened up a Ronaldo, we had over 1,000 people there, which was pretty cool because I directed people over there. So, no, I'm not always, but I try to be considerate of the broadcasters. Absolutely. Pain is back. Sorry to hear that, Andre, on the hand. But, geez, thank goodness you're okay. Rakes, the cameras are going off. Oh, my goodness. Be careful. Well, Sloth Puppy, you were hoping Truth Report to have panel discussions. That's part of the plan. Also, part of the plan is to go out on the street and do the on-the-street interviews with people. Also, part of the plan is to cover sports. And part of the plan also is to have these panel discussions and cover events. So, like BRICS, we'll have a Truth Report team there, and we'll be discussing BRICS and covering it, on the sidelines of the meeting. So, yeah, that's the idea. Now, for me, that's going to suck because I'm not going to be there for most of those things. So I don't live in South Africa. But when I'm there, I'll be able to jump in on those things. So, anyway. My goodness, 2 hours. The time flies so fast, folks. Time flies. So anyway, but I did like the one we did tonight. That last one was really good. New Spur opened in 4 ways, called ANC Falls. That's naughty, Dion. No, Katie. No, I look. People can broadcast. Look, it's a free world. People can broadcast when they want. The certain eucalyptus tea swiller used to come out at the exact same time as Ronaldo, and so let those two duke it out. Yeah. Anyway, no, guys, let's not start something here. This is not start anything between anybody. I'm just saying that I was a bit surprised to see a premiere while I was doing this. Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I smile and laugh a lot. You should have been here earlier. We were having some fun earlier. The latest song. Yeah. New spur open in 4 ways. It's called ANC Falls. I love that. That's great. That's a good one, man. I used to work in 4 ways. Well, I go to 4 ways quite a bit. I know that area. 4 ways, Prison Break. Yeah. The thing that always kills me is all the guys out there who are directing traffic there. Yeah. Daylight savings. What about daylight savings? What about that? What are you talking about, Arnold? Yeah, so we had that new song we did tonight. Some of you have come in since then, so we do. Let me see if we can find this real quick. Where's it at here? There it is. So it was this one here, Stuck in the Groove. Here we go. We'll play it one more time. This is in honor of Cyril, whose needle is stuck in the groove. Okay? We tried it, and this is the best version after form. It's kind of a country pop crossover. Whoops, it didn't. Oh, come on. Dry bucket.
Cyril, your needle is stuck in the groove. Round and round, but you never move. Promises echo like a hollow tune. Under the sun, but we can't see noon. Broken records spin and play. Oh, but the song fades away. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melody's lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African
I like them all
hearts
4 ways.
beat
It's
heavy
huge.
and slow, while the ANC belly just grows and grows. Misery's a shadow that won't let go. Poverty blooms where the wild winds blow. Ramaphosa's words like clouds in the sky, drift and scatter while the rivers run dry. Promises fall like a whisper in rain, but they dry up again. Oh, the groove is deep, but the melody's lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ANC belly just grows.
ANC bellies just grow.
Oh, the groove is deep, but the melody's lost. We're paying the price, but at what cost? South African hearts beat heavy and slow, while the ANC belly just grows and grows and grows. Grows and grows. Oh,
All right, Stuck in the Groove, folks. Yeah, so that one's loading up right now. It should appear on Spotify later in the day. Cool. Yeah, no, right there. I just did it, Rakes, while it was playing. I just put all the data in, loaded it up, put down all the stuff, the artwork with it, and so it's loading right now. Yep, yep, it's already there. It's on its way. Processing your album and uploading it to streaming platforms. Cool beans. So Stuck in the Groove. There you go. So add another one tonight. Must be up to about 20 songs now. Don't have time to waste, so only listen to Night Owls. Well, thank you. Okay. You're a beacon. Thank you, Helen. ECR News, Health Department out. Monkeypox. Moima denies connection to Motala, Newcastle. I didn't know he had a connection to him. Yeah, that one's published, Rakes. All right. All right, guys, 2 hours. All right, cool. Time to wrap up. I don't want to interfere with other people's broadcast. Newspod's on. You want to go watch Isak? You can go check that out. He's live right now. All right. Yeah, the black people are discussing the coup. Yep. I did a video on that, Morsh. Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Love the support for the channel. Again, I really wasn't up for doing a broadcast tonight, and here we are, 2 hours later. Look at that. Look at that. Cheers, everybody. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Be sure to hit that like button if you don't mind. I would appreciate that. That would be helpful. 1,400 people pop in, and we only get 200 likes. Come on, we can do better than that. Cheers, everybody. God bless.